Servus my friends and welcome to the Bavarian Outback. Today we will talk a little bit about the flower pot heater again, because a lot of people contacted me via Instagram. Yeah, I also have an Instagram, you can check it if you want, but you don't have to. And they said it's not working. Yeah, that's a point that I checked, and I have to tell you that all the tutorials are wrong. They have a big mistake, a big construction fail, so they cannot work when you build it like they show it to you in these videos. Okay, let's say 80 to 90% of the flower pot heater or the little sets you can order by eBay or Amazon are wrong. If you watch these famous flower pot heater tutorials and you have a little bit understanding of the technical things, how a little stove, a chimney or whatever is working, then you understand why it is not working like they build it. As I told you in the other video, first of all you need a bottom plate and a little distance. And the old flower pot heaters, they were standing on the rim of the candles. If you have a sub-construction, you don't need to put them on the rim, and it's safer when you have a sub-construction out of steel. And now we come to the most important thing of the flower pot heater, because the flower pot heater has a hole up here, and this hole is the most important thing. If this hole is closed, it's getting warm, but it's not heating. This little hole is the most important thing in the whole construction, and it's important that it's not too small and that it's not too big. So when the hole is the perfect size, so the normal flower pot drainage size, then you can go ahead with the first flower pot. So when I put the first flower pot on the candles like this, it's getting hot inside. And the hot air works with the chimney effect, so it comes out of the little hole on the top. And it's stored between the first flower pot and the second flower pot. It's cooling down between the flower pots, it's falling back down to the bottom plate, it's getting hot again, and it starts to rotate again to the next hole, and it's getting out of the hole from the big flower pot. So there is a circulation round and round and round, like in a big radiator. When you start searching for the flower pots for your heater, then you should make sure that you find some really old Italian terracotta pots. That's the best material for building a real good flower pot heater which can store a lot of heat. Let's go back to how it works. The air in the inner flower pot heats up, and when it's hot enough, then the hot air comes out in the little hole on the bottom of the flower pot. And all the excess air which cannot get blown out through the little hole sinks while it's cooling down to the bottom and heats up again and rises between the inner and the outer flower pot. So it is heating up the inner flower pot very hot and the outer flower pot. And then it rises up between these two pots and comes out of the second hole from the bigger flower pot. Theoretically, you can use another flower pot and another flower pot and another flower pot, and the hot air will rise up, cool down, falls down, heating up again, rises, falls down, rises, falls down. The problem is you don't have enough hot air that you can use more than 2 flower pots. So it's the same thing like an old radiator. The cold air heats up, hot air rises, cold air falls down, gets hot again and rises again. So that's the whole thing about the flower pot thing. So now you see, if you have a construction without a hole in the bottom of the flower pot, it's getting warm, but it's not heating the room, it's just heating the flower pot. So without the hole, the heat is trapped, and the flower pot heater set maybe look nice, but it's not heating your room. Yes, my friends, that's the secret of the flower pot heater. So I think everybody understood what I'm talking about, and that's the only way it is working. So if anybody is questioning how I was heating up my cabin, so that's the way I heated it, and maybe a good insulation. I hope you liked the video, so you can watch the first one up here. There's a link below, if I don't forget it. And have fun building the flower pot heater. This was a short explanation for the missing part of the first video. And now I think it's time for my Schweinshaxen. This one is still on 180 degrees Celsius and not only on 20 degrees Celsius like the flower pot heater. It would be great if you give me thumbs up or comment the video below. Tell me what you think about the flower pot heater. Let me know your ideas, or maybe you have a better idea to heat up your cabin without electricity and without anything. Stay safe and healthy and be surrounded by nice people, and the most important thing of all, don't buy crap, then you don't have to throw away so much. Hey, you're still there, that's great. So my Schweinshaxen is ready, and now I give you a little final advice for building this flower pot heater. Because it's very important when you have the chance to get some really old flower pots out of Italian terracotta. Then you should use those, because they store so much more heat than all this modern plastic, fake terracotta stuff you can buy in your Home Depot. That's the secret of a really good flower pot heater. These old craftsmen who made these terracotta things, they knew exactly what they were doing. It's the same with old bricks. An old brick was such a good invention, and it was such a perfect material. Nothing comparable with the new brick. Yes, they are high-tech and they have these little holes for air to store whatever, but the old brick was such a genius thing to store heat. There is nothing comparable today. Thanks for watching, and it would be great if you visit me again in the Bavarian outback.
Ist das schön, ha? So was Knuspriges, das ist ja unglaublich. Das gibt's selten. Oh Mann, ist das lecker. Hört ihr das? Ach, wie schön ist Grillen.